Hi guys, welcome to The Court of the Grange Diaries by Capella and Ryan. To start off, I want to give the disclaimer that this may not be the kind of video that you think that it's probably going to be right off the bat. It's not going to be about the idyllic lifestyle here in France or a glamour chateau or a manor house or anything like that. What it is about is my life here at the Grange de la Cour, and basically the hell that I've been enduring since I've been here. For those who don't know me, I'm Capella and Ryan. I am a British author and screenplay writer, and of course, France has forever been a literary feed, just our heaven, just where we all want to migrate to and create better and better work. So that was always the reason for my dream to come here for at least the last 12 years. So I'm going to start off by month experiences since I've been here, because there's quite a lot to go through. What this video really, or what the series of videos is going to represent and try to target, is helping other expats not make the same mistake that I made. And what do I mean by the mistake that I've made? Simply this. Life in France really is beautiful. It really is more low-key, it is more simplistic, and it is very beautiful. There is no doubt. However, it depends on where you first come to settle, so you can find your bearings and buy your house and everything else, let it fall into place. But it's where you come on your first voyage that's the main thing, where you're going to have a stepping stone for the rest of your journey here. So I find the Court of the Grange on the internet, like most people, and I want to help you avoid the same mistake as I did. The pictures that they have up on the website and up online, they look very idyllic, very pretty, but when you get here, it's a completely different story. I have taken hundreds of pictures. They're on my social media at Capella from Ryan on Instagram, Capella from Ryan on Twitter, and Capella from Ryan on Tumblr. You will find all of the pictures there. So you don't need to take my word for anything. So the pictures are there. They've not been altered. I am going to be doing videos with walkabouts, so you can see exactly what I mean. But they haven't been altered in any way, and you can see that for yourself before wasting your money and your time coming here and finding that it's not the paradise that Anne Cunningham greets you with whenever you arrive. Welcome to paradise. It really is not a welcome to paradise. It is welcome to hell until you can get yourself dug out of it, because you are a foreigner, and especially if you have animals, like I have two dogs, it can be very difficult to find another place whenever things go but pear-shaped. So I want to take you with me a little bit on the grounds, and I'm going to show you the day that I arrived. It was very early September of 2019, last year. So I'm here roughly 8 months or so. I was supposed to leave because I could not wait to get away from here, but because of lockdown, it is now illegal to move and do any unnecessary travel. It is an instant arrestable offence on the road, so we end up stuck here until end of lockdown, which obviously none of us really know when or how long that will be. So it's up in the air, but trust me, I'm counting down the days until I have my freedom, because I am thoroughly miserable. And like I said at the start, I'm going to work through on a monthly basis. So this month that we're working on is from the day that I arrived, and that was September. Then it'll be like tomorrow. I'm going to do them on a daily basis, just to get this channel up and running. So tomorrow will be October, and then November. But wait till we get to December. Actually, wait till we get to Christmas Eve and New Year's, or sorry, not New Year's, Christmas Eve and Easter Sunday, and a couple of weeks before Easter Sunday. Those are going to be the three shockers that you do not expect whenever you come to rent a property here in France and start your new idyllic life. So what I've actually been facing for the past 8 months, it's been a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. So if it wasn't for my fans and followers on Instagram, I wouldn't be doing this channel, but this is a fully dedicated channel just to life at the Court of the Grange. And it really does own its own channel, because there's just so much to talk about, and so much abuse, verbal and physical. That doesn't come until, the physical abuse doesn't come until March, so we'll get there next week. So this is the car park. This is where, on the day that we arrived, we came through the gates, which I'll show you now, and we parked literally over, let me see if I can, there we go. Can you see this sun is blinding me, so hopefully you can see. This is the car park and behind me, and now I'm walking toward the gate wherever we arrived. So we were actually 5 hours late because we got lost. That's a different story, but I will cover because it's quite funny. But it was very exhausting and stressful time because we had 2 days travel, got lost for 5 hours, and then landed here. So this is the gate whenever you arrive at the Cour of the Grange behind me. And for those of you who haven't been following me and don't really know the ins and outs of the Cour of the Grange, there is a camera up there that is supposed to be used for, there we go, security. But since finding out from my legal team, it's a bit dodgy, but we'll cover that. So we came in through the gate, parked the cars, sparked the fan, and then we came through the gates as normal. Before we even arrived into and seen our cottage for the first time, here's the pond that I was telling you about that I wanted to jump into and clean last year, which I refused to do. Yeah, it smells every bit as bad as it looks, so hopefully you got a good picture there. In addition to that, we were coming down here and stopped at the shed for the laundry room. Actually, I'll open it. For the laundry room, and the eggs are sold. So the eggs are sold right here. So she was like, I sell eggs or whatever, help yourself to, to as many as you want. Leave the money in the honesty box, which is just a little plastic box. So we did that. That's exactly what we did the night we arrived because we had no food. We just arrived very late in the evening. Everywhere's closed. Have absolutely no food for me, my husband, my 2 dogs. So there was eggs left over at around 8:30 at night. So we went over and got, I think there was 12 of them. So I went over and got, or my husband went over and got the 12 eggs and put the money in the box. The very next morning, our first morning after waking up, I'm just closing this gate here. So the first day after waking up in our new life, I was so relaxed because I had been so exhausted and drained from the 2 days travel. I could not wait to get to, to see what new life would be, my first day of hopefully the beginning of the future and the rest of my life. But before we're going to get to that, I just walked past and I want to just get this on the vlog this time, but I will cover it in more depth. Hopefully you can see right behind me, yes, here, these wires. So for anybody that's an architect or a electrician or just even a, what do you call them, a commercial lawyer or whatever, you'll know that this is not right. This is not legal and it's not acceptable. It's very, very dangerous. I had that confirmed too. So where I'm going to go with this now is the day that we arrived, we came in here and just reached the garden, and this is the garden that she said that I was now responsible for cleaning. And I hope for those of you who aren't really big into gardening or do like it but aren't regular at it, have the heart attack that I had because this is not my responsibility to clean. This, can you see? Hopefully you can see. And this side, yeah, if you've seen that, and I hope you did see that very clearly, you don't bring in new tenants and tell them that's your duty to clean it. Your duty to take care of it, and still pay me €56 for garden maintenance a month. No. So we got here, still haven't reached into our cottage to see what it even looked like. This is a very, very pretty chestnut tree, I have to admit. It is actually very, very pretty. The day we arrived, there was chestnuts on the ground, and of course I was like, what the hell? Sorry, that's my wee puppy Lily, being very, very noisy and wanting to get herself on this vlog. Attention seeker. But she's very pretty. If you look at my Instagram feed, you'll see just how cute. Everybody loves her. Everybody but Alan and Tom. We'll get into that in due course. So the day we arrived, there was chestnuts on the ground, and Anne says just in a very cheeky, very, very cheeky way, this is a chestnut tree, but you can't have any, they're ours. I'm not very good at sherry. So just pick them up and bring them over. And it was the way that it was said and how it was said. I'm like, what? We've just arrived. We're absolutely exhausted. But the next day anyway, we went to sleep, woke up, and Anne comes over with Tom. Did you take all the eggs? And we're like, yeah, but we put the money in the box. And then scolds. She thinks it's acceptable to scold grown adults. We paid for the bloody eggs. And she thinks it's acceptable to scold you, and you just have to suck it up and not say anything back, because that's what she says, is that, well, I'm the landlord, nobody's going to say anything to me, I can say whatever I want, nobody's going to say anything to me. And anyway, she scolded about the eggs, and we put the money in the eggs, and then after everybody left, and we're going to get to that in October, which would be tomorrow. So when everybody left, she harassed the life out of us for eggs, to buy eggs. Oh, there's so many eggs, can you please buy eggs? Nobody else is buying them, and there was nobody else here. But when we first moved in, instead of making our first day nicer by not mowing, she got paid for them. So she says, well, no matter how many eggs are there, just always leave 6 for somebody else. But we didn't know that. You just says, when we moved in, buy the eggs, put the money in the box, and she'll get in later. And then she thinks it's acceptable to scold new tenants, and that we just have to suck it up. So because we just arrived here, we just let it slide. We let a lot of stuff slide, a hell of a lot of stuff slide. But whenever you start tallying it all up, and if anybody out there, which I'm sure there's piles of people even better like knowledge than I have, because I'm always trying to learn the law, and I'm always referring to like lawyers and everything. Like, is this right? Is that right? Where do I go from that? Can they do this? Can they do that? And if they do, just the whole shebang. So I learned the law, and anyway, she thinks that she can just do this stuff and people just suck it up. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, it is actually on discrimination. It is abuse, verbal abuse, and like I said earlier in the video, there was now physical abuse. That is never okay. Just because you're 70 something years old, because you're a snob and think that you're more superior than your tenants because they're renting from you, and just because it's your property, does not give you the right to physically or verbally assault or abuse anybody, or other people's animals either, because actually, you know, like anybody with a mind knows that it's also illegal to like abuse animals these days. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it here for right now, because there's so much more to cover tomorrow, and the rest of the week I will do a video every day, Monday to Friday, and I think by then it's going to be, well, it's going to be a good chunk of months anyway, so we'll have a few months left for next week to cover. But then after that, I'm going to continue doing more videos on just day-to-day life, the stress of it all, how miserable I've been, why I've been so miserable, why it's like talking, when you talk to Anne and Tom, it's like talking to a brick wall, why they just never stop, and why the abuse keeps flowing. So I am going to leave it there, but I want to make sure that anybody who looks up the Court of the Grange on the internet like I, please do not make the same mistake as I did, and I'm going to cover it in more detail, all the different elements broken down, and how this journey went, and why I am in such a state of fury and depression and misery, but why I'm actually feeling so much better now, that I can do something, that my hands aren't tied, that I can help people. So I hope this helped a little bit. Tomorrow is when things kind of start getting a bit nasty, and then a steady flow from there. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining my new YouTube channel, and I will see you soon. For now, take care and God bless.